The cafe smelled like burnt espresso and broken dreams. Angella's feet screamed inside her discount sneakers 6 hours down, 2 to go. Table 12 needed their check. Table 9 wanted more cream. And table 6? Table 6 had Richard. "Excuse me. Waitress." She turned. Richard's designer watch caught the overhead lights as he lifted his coffee cup with 2 fingers, like it was contaminated. "This tastes like dishwater." He didn't lower his voice, didn't care who heard. "What kind of establishment serves this garbage?" Heat crawled up Angella's neck. Every head in the cafe turned toward them. "I'm so sorry, sir. I'll get you a fresh..." "You'll get me a refund." Richard stood, buttoning his tailored suit jacket. "And an apology. A real one. On your knees if you have to." The cafe went silent. Angella's hands shook. She dealt with difficult customers before. But this was humiliation, wrapped in a 3-piece suit and served ice cold. "Sir, please." Richard smiled. Actually smiled. Then he picked up his cup and poured the lukewarm coffee down her chest. The liquid soaked through her uniform, scalding and shameful. Angella gasped, frozen in place as laughter erupted from Richard's corner booth friends. Her vision blurred. Not from tears, she wouldn't give him that satisfaction, but from pure, helpless rage. "This is your life, Angella. This is all you'll ever be." The cafe door exploded open. Not opened. Exploded. A man filled the doorway, broad-shouldered, leather-clad, danger radiating from every inch of him. His boots hit the floor like thunder as he crossed the room in 4 strides. The patch on his jacket read "Rogue Thunder" in blood-red letters. "Felix." He stopped inches from Richard, towering over the suited man like a storm cloud over a garden party. "You just assaulted that woman." Richard's smirk faltered. "I what?" "It was just coffee. I apologize." "Listen, buddy, I don't know who you think you..." Felix's hand shot out, gripping Richard's wrist with casual, terrifying strength. The coffee cup shattered on the floor. "That wasn't a suggestion." The cafe held its breath. Angella's heart hammered against her ribs, coffee still dripping from her uniform. She should say something, do something, but her voice had abandoned her, along with every ounce of dignity she'd walked in with this morning. Richard's face drained of color. His friends suddenly found their phones fascinating. I'm sorry." The words came out strangled. "I shouldn't have." "Say it to her." Richard turned to Angella, and for the first time in her 2 years of service work, she saw something she'd never witnessed before. A rich man genuinely afraid. "I'm sorry. Truly. I was out of line." Felix released him. Richard stumbled backward, grabbed his things, and practically ran for the exit, his friends scrambling behind him. The biker turned to Angella. Up close, his eyes weren't menacing at all, they were kind, with deep laugh lines at the corners. "You okay?" Angella nodded, not trusting her voice. Felix pulled a folded 50 from his wallet, pressed it into her hand, for the uniform. Then he was gone, the door closing softly behind him, leaving Angella standing in a puddle of coffee and chaos, wondering who the hell just walked into her life. Then she noticed the business card he'd left on the counter. But it wasn't for a biker gang, it was for a law firm. Partner, Felix Morrison, employment rights attorney. "Wait, what?" Before Angella's life changes forever, where are you watching from? Drop it below. And if you want to see how a single moment can flip everything upside down, smash that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what happens in Chapter 2. 3 days. Angella had replayed it 72 hours straight. The coffee, the humiliation, him. She scrubbed the same table for the 4th time, her mind nowhere near the cafe. Her manager had asked twice if she was okay. She'd lied twice. Because how do you explain that a stranger defending you felt more real than anything in your entire life? Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. "You still wearing coffee? Or did you get that uniform sorted?" Angella's heart stopped. She stared at the screen. Blinked. Read it again. How did he... Another buzz. "Felix. From the other day. Manager gave me your number. Hope that's not weird." It was definitely weird. Also, the most exciting thing to happen since him. Her thumbs hovered over the keyboard. What do you say to someone who saw you at your lowest and still thought you were worth checking on? Angella. Uniform's fine. Ego's still recovering. 3 dots appeared immediately. Felix. Ego's overrated anyway. Coffee at 7? Same cafe? I promise not to throw any beverages. She almost laughed. Almost. Angella. Why? The dots disappeared. Reappeared. Disappeared again. Felix. Because you looked like you needed someone to remind you that you matter. And I'm buying. 7:03 p.m. Angella sat in booth 9, not table 6. Never table 6 again, hands wrapped around a mug she hadn't touched. He's not coming. Why would he come? You're nobody. You're... The door opened. Felix walked in wearing jeans and a simple black t-shirt, the leather jacket gone. Without it, he looked softer. Human. He spotted her instantly. Smiled like they'd been friends for years. You actually showed. He slid into the booth across from her. You actually came, Angella countered. Told you I would. He ordered 2 coffees from passing Sarah, who shot Angella a who is that look. Then leaned back. So, how bad was the aftermath? Angella shrugged. Manager banned Richard. Said he should have done it years ago. Apparently I'm not the first. But you're the last. Felix's voice went hard for a moment, then softened. How are you doing? No one had asked her that. Not really. Honestly, I keep thinking, why did you do that? The question tumbled out before she could stop it. You don't know me. You didn't have to. My sister was a waitress. Felix's jaw tightened. Had a guy do something similar 6 years ago. Except no one stepped in. She quit that night. Never went back to any service job. Last month, she told me she still has nightmares. Angella's throat constricted. So yeah, I had to. His eyes met hers. Because you deserved someone in your corner. Everyone does. The coffee arrived. Felix pushed hers closer. Tell me something, he said. What would you do if money wasn't an issue? If humiliation wasn't a daily threat? That's not real life. Humor me. Angella stared into her cup. When was the last time someone asked what she wanted? I'd open a bookstore. Stupid, right? But a real one. With armchairs and terrible coffee that people actually love because it's mine. Felix grinned. That's not stupid. That's a plan. It's a fantasy. What's the difference? He pulled out his phone, started typing. There's a business incubator 2 blocks from here. Free consulting. I'm sending you the link. Felix. I'm not saying quit tomorrow. His voice was gentle but firm. I'm saying stop treating yourself like you're only worth what Richard thinks you're worth. You're not a punching bag with a name tag, Angella. You're more... Her name in his mouth sounded different. Valuable. Why do you care? Felix met her eyes. Because someone should have cared about my sister. And because when I walked into that cafe, you weren't broken. You were furious. That fury? That's power. You just gotta point it in the right direction. Angella's phone buzzed. The incubator link. Felix hesitated, then slid a newspaper clipping across the table. Faded. Worn at the edges. Springfield Gazette, 2018. Local waitress takes life after workplace harassment. Angella's blood went cold. That's my sister, Emma, Felix said quietly. Same cafe. Table 6. Different manager who did nothing. Angella looked up, throat tight. Felix, You're not her second chance, he said. You're your chance. I just needed you to see it. For the first time in 3 days, maybe 3 years, she smiled for real. Same time next week? Felix asked. This time, Angella didn't hesitate. Yeah, same time. He's here. Sarah's whisper cut through the cafe chatter like a knife. Angella looked up from the register. Her blood turned to ice. Richard, walking through the door like he owned the place, like he hadn't been banned, like nothing had happened. Should I call? Sarah started. No. Angella's voice surprised her. Steady. Cold. I've got this. She crossed the cafe floor, her heart hammering but her feet sure. Richard saw her coming. Smirked. Angella. Miss me? You're not allowed in here. Relax. I'm just grabbing coffee. He stepped closer, voice dropping. Unless you want to make another scene? Call your biker boyfriend? Oh, wait. He glanced around theatrically. He's not here, is he? Something in Angella's chest cracked open. Not fear. Something else. Fury. Leave, now. Richard laughed. Actually laughed. Or what? You'll... Or I'll make you. The cafe went silent. Richard's eyebrows shot up. You? You're going to... Angella pulled out her phone, fingers steady, and started recording. Say that again. About calling my boyfriend. Go ahead. Entire cafe's watching. My lawyer... She didn't have a lawyer. But he didn't know that. Would love to hear about you violating a ban, harassing an employee, making suggestive comments about my personal life. Richard's face drained of color. This is ridiculous. You assaulted me with hot coffee 3 weeks ago, in front of witnesses. You were banned in writing. Now you're back, making threats. Angella stepped closer, voice razor sharp. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to walk out that door. You're never coming back. And if I ever see you disrespect another service worker anywhere in this city... She held up the phone. This goes viral. Your face, your name, everything. You can't. Watch me. The door burst open. Felix, still in work clothes, grease on his hands, clearly having rushed over. His eyes found Angella, first checking if she was okay, then locked on Richard. We have a problem? But something was different this time. Angella didn't need saving. No problem, she said, not breaking eye contact with Richard. He was just leaving. Felix's expression shifted. Surprise. Then something that looked like pride? Richard looked between them. Trapped. Humiliated. Exactly how he'd made Angella feel. This isn't over, he muttered. Yeah. Angella stopped recording, smiled without warmth. It really is. Richard stormed out, the door slamming behind him. The cafe erupted in applause. Angella's hands started shaking, adrenaline crashing through her system. Felix was there instantly, steadying her elbow. You okay? She laughed, breathless. I just did that. Yeah, you did, Felix grinned. Didn't need me at all. Actually, Angella turned to face him fully. I did need you. Just not the way I thought. She gestured to where Richard had stood. 3 weeks ago, I would have apologized to him, would have made myself smaller. But you showed me what it looks like when someone refuses to accept disrespect. You gave me permission to take up space. Felix's expression softened. You always had that permission, Angella. You just needed to see someone use it first. Sarah appeared with 2 coffees on the house. Manager Pete gave Angella a thumbs up from the kitchen. So, Felix sat in booth 9, their booth now. Business incubator meetings tomorrow. You still going? Angella slid in across from him, hands finally steady. Yeah, I'm going. She met his eyes. And Felix? Thank you. Not for saving me. For showing me I could save myself. He raised his coffee cup. To taking up space. Angella clinked hers against it, smiling real and wide and unafraid. To taking up space. Outside, the Springfield sunset painted the windows gold. Inside, a waitress who'd spent years apologizing for existing finally stopped shrinking. And that was the real happy ending. Here's what nobody tells you about standing up for yourself. It's not a one-time thing. It's a choice you make every single day. Angella's story? It's not special because Felix showed up. It's special because she decided she was done being small. So here's what I need you to do. Think about the last time you shrunk yourself to make someone else comfortable. Got it? Good. Now comment 1 word that describes how that felt. Just 1 word. I'll go first. Suffocating. If this story pissed you off in the right way, the kind that makes you want to take up more space in your own life, share it with someone who's still shrinking. They need to see this. Subscribe if you're done playing small. Because every story we tell here, it's about people who stopped asking for permission to exist. Your turn. What's the one thing you're done apologizing for? Say it below. Make it real.